Okay, it's time for another pickups review, and as you can see, it's a pair of slippers. I got this from my local Sainsburys. I've actually been on the lookout for a new pair of slippers for some weeks now, because my old one started to fall apart. As you can see, there's a 50% sticker on it. This is part of the Sainsburys TU range. The original price of slippers were it was £16, but it was still half price, so it works out as £8. And I had some points on my Nectar card, so which valued up to £5. So by the time I used those, which was I ended up only paying £3 for the actual slippers, which has totally wiped out my Nectar points, so that's going to take me ages to get back to them. As you can see on the actual slippers themselves, it does say it's a size 12 on there, as you can see, but the actual slippers themselves, I can show you, they're actually, you can see very closely here, they're actually a size 9, and then you can see on there, on the sole, it's a size 9. So when I first saw it, I kind of was a bit worried, because usually when it comes to slippers and stuff, I either wear anything between a 9 and a 10. I can get away with wearing a 9, but a 10 is a little bit more comfortable, but this will be fine. I have been looking out for some decent slippers, because part of the problem I have, I've had a lot of slippers, is that obviously they start off being very comfortable, which is fine, and then what tends to happen is that on these slippers that I've used in the past, not these style ones, but they have the stitching across here, and what ends up happening is that they end up tearing off, and then underneath the actual sole here, you've got like this padding that ends up coming out of the actual slippers, and then they end up totally tearing. And even when I've bought stronger slippers in the past, I've had the slippers will basically just fall apart. So I bought expensive slippers and they've ripped within weeks. I bought mediums, the right price range slippers, and then they've ripped in a different way. And I bought really cheap ones, and then they've eventually just ripped. The slippers that ripped were actually slippers that you've already seen. If you've been on a long time subscriber on my channel, or you haven't been, you would have seen that I did I had a pair of PlayStation slippers that I bought, and I actually unboxed on my YouTube channel. Those are the last slippers I had, and those are what were the ones that actually ripped. Very soft and very comfortable. I mean, I still recommend those slippers, but what ended up happening on the right side of the shoe, as I've just explained, is that the front of the stitching totally undone and then ripped. So it was basically ripping from the actual shoe, and the actual sole of the actual shoe, it was actually ripping, so all of it was all pulling out. And I tried to be a little bit of a cheapskate and tried to sew the front of the body of the slippers to the sole, even with double stitching, and it still ripped all over time. As I said before, I've had stronger, but those ones were much more softer base slippers. These ones, what I like about these particular slippers is, one, the actual slippers do have very good padding inside here. It looks like it's got a good grip here. It's quite thin. And then what I do like is that, as you can see, for me, I can't see how this is, unless this rips from that, which I can't see happening. And obviously the way this has been stitched here, I don't know if they call I don't know what the proper name is for them, whether these are called Moccasin slippers. I may be totally wrong, it doesn't have a name in it. But yeah, that's what but that's what got me interested in buying these particular slippers, because I want something that is soft, which is going to protect my feet, and it's going to be hard wearing as well. So that's why I picked these particular slippers. But my mum and my aunt, when it comes to slippers, they tend to go for those big like boot type slippers, So that's what I go for. So I've either been wearing my old plastic slippers, which have totally disintegrated now, or I've had to be wearing an old pair of trainers. But what I normally do is that when I'm indoors, I take off my trainers, and then I tend to wear slippers. And then because I have flat feet, and I have problems with my feet and my toes, because I'm diabetic, and I also got problems on my ankles as well with the osteoarthritis. I just want something that's going to be comfortable on my toes, on my feet, and that will keep my feet warm. And obviously, while wearing, obviously with this be having a suede like finish to the material, obviously you're not going to be wanting to go outside of it, or obviously having water being exposed to the slippers, because obviously that's not going to be good in the actual material, actual self. But I'm really pleased with the actual slippers themselves. I don't know if they say anything particularly special on them. Obviously it says made in China, which was a surprise, surprise. It says there's a stone finish. It says it's a nightwear essentials, size 9. So it's kind of great. And it's always 50% off. It says 3 meter thin insulation. So obviously that'll keep my feet nice and comfy, which is what I actually want. So yeah, I'm really raring to try this out, because there's nothing worse when you've been out all day and you wear your shoes or your boots or whatever it is you want, and you just want to slip on something comfortable to walk around the house in. So yeah, this is going to be absolutely, and then it's because you don't want to walk around barefoot, even if you've got carpet or tiles. So for me, this is going to be perfect. As I said before, I bought these from my local Sainsburys. They only had this size 9 left and a size 8, so I'm very lucky that not only did I have this one in my size, but also that I had some points in my nectar card. So you know, that was a huge saving. So not only did I get the 50% off of the £18, which puts it down to £8, but with the extra £5 on top of that, I only paid £3. So for me, that's a bargain. The only downside, as I said, is that I'm gonna have to start collecting my nectar points again, which I have been doing. But Sainsburys are a bit tight when it comes to awarding nectar points. So well, back in the old days they used to give you a lot, but now they don't bother giving you a lot of nectar points anymore. But anyway, these are the VTU slippers from Sainsburys. Anyway, I hope people found this video informative. Please feel free to share with your friends and family. Also, you can give the video a thumbs up. I'd be really grateful. That will help people find my YouTube channel and content, because obviously the YouTube and algorithms. So I really highly appreciate that. If you also, if you haven't, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you want to see stuff like this or any other various different content that's available on my YouTube channel. And it just leaves me to say, wherever you're in the world, please stay safe, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.